Static by Bloody Spaghetti. My dog Phoenix, he ran away from me. He ran into the wooded area behind my property, and I failed to catch him quick enough. I ran after Phoenix, calling his name, hoping to make him stop. Some days he was just too rowdy and needed to my commands, and he wasn't listening to me that day. No matter how fast I ran, he ran faster than me, deeper and deeper into the woods. He wasn't easily to be found in the forest either. I have no idea why he ran in the forest, in the woods in the first place. After a few minutes of playing cat and mouse with my dog, I lost track of him and he ran through a bush line that I ran right through in the same bush line, scraping my arms and legs against the jagged thorns and plant life. Once I pushed through the plated barrier, I realized Phoenix was now nowhere in sight. I immediately crushed and clutched my heart, and an idea of losing my dog in the wilderness slowly corrupted me. Its way through my mind, sending waves of anxiety through my conscious being. I called out his name, but nothing came. I called out his name once again, but still nothing came. Panicking at this stage, I started running around, calling out my dog, looking all over the forestry, calling country all around me. I've searched for him for some time, 40 minutes before I had heard barking in the distance. Feeling hopeful, I ran as fast as I could towards the sound of the barking. It seemed to be growing more and more distant. With each step I took towards it, I didn't think it was too much of it at the time. I simply wanted to find my dog. After a few minutes of chasing and barking, it became labored in pain. My heart sank, riddled in resurgence and worry. I ran as faster and faster with each weakening bark. I ended up being careless as I think I hit a tree. I'm not quite sure. I hit something solid and fell down. Everything turned blurry in the forest and started spinning. I started to stand up but could barely. My stomach twisted and turned. I tried pulling myself back up, right up position. My head started spinning and nausea and spinning, and the barking sound slowly turned into an increasingly static noise that flooded my ears. I pierced all floors and I couldn't look up at what I saw. Chills ran down my spine as I witnessed something standing in front of me. The temperature seemed to drop a few degrees all around me. I started at the agony ahead of me. The thing seemed to have a general shape of a bipedal creature, however, had not man nor any animal I had ever seen or heard. It was like a paranoid, terroristic life consisting of a consistently twisting, whirling gasings that clouded, riddled, the sparks that demonic ominously dancing with its general outline. This thing was like lights and black holes barking without its form, illuminating the forest with alien iridescence. The nebulous apparition moved towards me. It looked like it was going guided in space as opposed to walking, shifting in and out of the planet, the existence as it moved toward, with each guided towards me as things shifted from a cloud and mock humid all over and over. Its distant shape is wrath, causing my stomach to the point of causing me to throw up as I hurled my last meal. I felt as something leaking out of my ears. It was too weak and paralyzed me to move, let me do anything about my internal ordeal. When I finally noticed it's my head, my heart sank into my heels. The situation of the ordeal was so strong, a burning sensation ignited in my chest cavity, causing me to yelp out as I collapsed and my eyes transfixed on the top of this monstrosity. Is it top of the liquid like a metallic shaping material shifting its way that the organic clear a pore attempting the shape of a head. The thing that looked too self the nerve constantly moving towards another, like spinning apart the strange organic deal was pulsing offward in the attempt of my vision, accompanying very cold out of my neck. Illuminating gas clouds coming from the expanding, reacting opening of its center. The clouds spun around themselves in a maddening fashion. I felt something touching me, and I felt like it was a life being sucked out of me every time I started fading. Everything was gut-wrenching static noise. Everything started growing colder and colder and darker by the millisecond. Everything was ungodly static noise. Once I accepted my fate, I heard the barking of the phoenix. I could faintly hear his barking and groaning. He was nearby, but he was angry. Everything turned out to black. I woke up, my dog looking me at the hospital. Someone found us in the forest. Phoenix was guarding my unconscious body. There were no entities, there were no lights, there were no smokes, just me and my dog. I didn't really know what happened. My brain damage was suspected as a result of me hitting my head a few times. It was a nasty fall, maybe that was the case. Maybe the whole thing, maybe the ghastly demon. May all of this just be a faggot of my scrambled brain's imagination. I can't tell for sure. What I do know is that I'm deaf. I've lost most of my hearing, and sometimes my nerve damage are responsible for my hearing. Reportedly, they can be turned off and blurred off, but what do I know? That's something can hear. I can hear static noise that sends a paralyzing chill down my spine. Be sure to comment, like, and subscribe.